Welcome back to another video, Rom. You'll be pleased to know that I can finally get a haircut again because the person that cuts my hair is working now. It's been about 5 months since I last had my haircut, but because the person has been off for quite a while, they've stacked up on appointments, and so I can't go for 2 weeks. But in 2 weeks, this will all be gone. Not all of it, I'm not going bald or anything, but you know what. Anyway, today for the first time in about 1.5 years, we're doing another conspiracy video. But this one is not going to be like the others. There is a reason why I haven't done them over the past 1.5 years. Believe it or not, I don't look at my YouTube series and go, oh, the conspiracy theory series, everyone loves that series. Let me not make a video in it for 2 years. Those Instagram theories that take up the majority of those videos don't really exist anymore. There's nowhere near the same amount of conspiracy accounts on Instagram these days. I guess back then when the accounts were going viral on Instagram, the algorithm favored anything like that, and so there were so many of them, but now that they've kind of died off a little bit, there's not really anything to make videos on. So I thought, since that's probably never ever going to come back, but people really like the series, there are other things I could look at for these videos. More realistic events, not just stupid Instagram conspiracy theories, but more events that are actually happening that people create theories about. Because if you didn't know, there's just as many dumb theories that people make up about real world events than there ever were on Instagram. We're going to be going over 3 or 4 different things that have happened over the past month or 2 in this video. The first one being aliens. Now, it would not be a conspiracy theory video if it did not involve aliens in some way. This time though, we're not looking at the usual shitty 360p video of a UFO that was recorded in 2023 on an iPhone 3GS. None of that, no speculating or anything. We have confirmation that aliens are now real.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
So look, man, this guy just straight up said, look, man, we've seen non-human shit, alright? The point is that aliens are real, they've been confirmed real, and nobody really cares. I mean, seriously, this was, what, 2 weeks ago, and I think everybody's already forgotten about it? Or maybe not forgotten about it, maybe they just don't give a shit. Because at the end of the day, nothing has changed. We haven't seen aliens, they're not invading us. We haven't been shown videos or photos of whatever they've found. And one thing's for certain, this information has not changed anybody's day-to-day lives. I think people just have a lot going on right now, you know? People are still going to that shitty job that they hate, and it's just hard to give a fuck. So aliens are real. We don't even need conspiracy theories anymore about aliens. That was the biggest part about my series, the cool UFO theories and whatnot. You don't even need that anymore. Now, obviously, you have to ask the question of, if aliens really are real, why do they only seem to crash? Like, are they really bad at flying their own devices and whatnot? You only ever see them crash, and it's always in the United States for some reason. One theory I've seen is that they might be only just reaching the point where they can travel to other planets, and so not everything regarding the aliens' travel is as smooth as you would think it would be. So like, they're just reaching that point, they're coming to Earth, but they're not that great at doing it right now, so they just fucking crash land and die. Why are we expecting so much from aliens? Why are we being so harsh on them? They're trying, okay? They're putting in the effort. So even though whatever these aliens are, a lot of their missions seem to be drastic failures, I appreciate the effort nonetheless. All jokes aside though, let me know down below what you think about the whole thing that's been going on. What was that? Did you see that? Next big event that has happened over the past month or so was the Titan submarine that went down to the Titanic. The big theory I've seen with this one, 2 big theories, is that it was a controlled event because it was supposed to distract you from other real world events that were going on at the time of this happening. Now, I feel like that's said about almost every major world event, because believe it or not, multiple things can happen around the world at the same time. So you saying it was staged to distract people from other things going on in the world does not automatically make you a conspiracy theorist. You're just regurgitating the same thing everybody else says. But anyway, and the other theory I've seen is that because there were powerful people on board, there was a billionaire on there, it was rigged. Rigged from the start that it was gonna not make its way back up. You know, it might have something to do with the fact that they used a Logitech controller. Look, I'm sure this thing is great for games and whatnot, but I mean, come on, we're going down to the Titanic in real life here. Like, it's slightly different from being in a video game. I've also seen that video where one of the OceanGate people says,
and you know, I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
I don't think it goes any deeper than what it seems like, you know, from that interview, from the Logitech control, it just didn't look like it was going to go well from the beginning. I can't really take any theory seriously when we have an interview like that, and we have just... It doesn't look like they took it as seriously as they probably should have for such a dangerous mission. I'm just saying, like, if I heard the guy say that in that interview, if I seen the controller and I was supposed to be going on this mission, I'd look at that and I'd go, nah, I'm not doing this. It's like stepping on board and seeing this and being like, well, what is this then? It's like, well, this is the controller. This is how we pilot the submarine. We steer around with this, and then we press this button here to ascend when we want to ascend. It's literally a gamepad. You play video games with that controller, and I don't know, I just don't think the thing seemed safe from the beginning, which is a shame, you know. Rest in peace to everyone that was on that submarine. It must have been absolutely terrifying. I don't know if they were aware of things going bad before the whole thing imploded, because when it implodes, that's like an instant, you know, it's over. But class, answer this question: what happens when a real-world event like this happens? Yes, that's right, people say The Simpsons predicted it, and this is no different because there was a clip that went viral from The Simpsons after this happened. An episode where Homer goes down to this ship wreckage, he gets stuck, and his oxygen runs out. And so people were like, oh look guys, the Titan submarine, The Simpsons predicted it. The thing is guys, I looked up, it took me like 2 seconds to look at the quote retweets on one of these posts to find out that one of the writers for The Simpsons has actually been down to the Titanic himself multiple times. And even if this episode might be old or whatnot, you have to think, like, people write these episodes with their ideas. If people have an interest in, like, you know what I mean? You can't just say The Simpsons predicted something that happened in real life. I don't even need to explain this. We all know how dumb it is to say The Simpsons predicted anything. I don't know how long this video is right now, but I think one of the last big events that I'll talk about in this video was the video of that woman on the plane. It's the video of the woman on the plane where she's basically essentially saying that one of the people on the plane is not real. I hate watching this video because it gets stuck in my head the way she says,
I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can die with them or not. I'm not going to.
That motherfucker right there is not real. I'm interested. I wanted like someone to record like the back of the plane wherever, you know, wherever this imaginary guy was. The crazy thing about this video is that after this video went viral, she wasn't heard from or seen from since. So I think that's what a lot of people maybe looked at and thought, okay, maybe there is a bit more to this than just the video, because she hasn't been seen since. Nothing really came out of this. She was eventually discovered as to who it was. Turns out she's a marketing executive. They're not claiming it's fake or anything now, or anything like that in an interview. They're just saying, you know, how viral videos can be quite crazy on your personal life. But that was it. Nothing happened. Nothing came out of this. There were some videos that were like pointing out certain passengers in the video, assuming, you know, the one was talking about this person, but really nothing came out of this. So that is basically it. 3 big things that have happened over the past month or so, you know, with people making different theories about each one. Again, the alien thing is, I think my favorite theory is that aliens are just, you know, maybe they're not all that. Maybe they're trying their best and they just keep crashing, they keep having failed tests. Maybe they'll get here one day though. The Ocean Gate thing, I really don't think there's anything more to it than what we see. Just a terrible accident that probably could have been prevented if it was planned a bit more carefully. And the woman on the video thing, I don't know what she was thinking. I don't know if she actually genuinely thought there was some imaginary person on the plane or not, but nothing happened with it, and that's it. That's really it. That's the extent of it. Let me know down below if you have any of your own theories on any of these topics. If I'm going to continue this series, this is probably the format that it would have to be. Instead of just looking at crappy Instagram posts that say there might be a meteor heading towards Earth at some point, and NASA is hiding it because people will panic. Listen, my guy. Aliens have been confirmed. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody's panicking over anything anymore, okay? But instead of looking at that, this is probably how the series would have to go forward. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Definitely subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you all in my next video.